So Allah subhanahu, are you all right with that?
Mm-hmm.
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he discusses what he has made in the water, like, the clear water versus the salty water. And they both have fish. They both have pearls. You can find pearls in either or, but one you can drink and the other one you cannot drink. Despite how vast amount of rivers that you have and how salty the oceans are, they never come and interact and mix each other to where we're not able to drink the water that is clear. This is how Allah said, and He said, if I wanted, I would have made the salty water rain upon you, and then He would make the difference. So that's why, we chose this little area here, where Allah's creation is so beautiful. And, when we think about the beauty that is in the creation, then we begin to know about the Creator. So that's the beauty. How you do? So, okay, and that's the reason why, again, if we appreciate, the favors that the Creator has done for us within His creation, then we have a better and clear understanding of our purpose and what He has decreed and destined for us. And that's how we become way more, that's how we become way closer to our Creator and our Maker. That's why. Yes. So anybody else gonna recite or have anything else to say? Or no? Yes? No? I think last week there was, very, very small compared to today. The event going on, blasting. Alhamdulillah. Last week there was a bunch of du'as. This week is an entire picnic, and no telling what's going to be, going forward. But if I can get any type of answers as to why people chose the YouTube, that's what we'd like to know. Can either of you tell me why you think they chose the YouTube, or do you want to go with the answer of Mr. Ibrahim? Everybody want to go with Ibrahim's answer?
Yeah.
Everybody say yes?
Yeah.
Ibrahim's answer.
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim's answer. Ibrahim's answer. Okay, in Islam, who is Prophet Ibrahim? Because we just, completed the festival marking the blessing that Prophet Ibrahim was given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in Islam, who is Prophet Ibrahim? Tell us, do you know? Who? He forgot.
How could you forget?
How could you forget? Say astaghfirullah. 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 Okay, Prophet Ibrahim in Islam is the second prophet in Islam, the second messenger in Islam. Okay? He is the father of prophets. And how did he become the father of the prophets? Through dua and through passing all the tests that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to him. Ibrahim is the one who Allah is mentioned to be the successor, or I should say, the conqueror of all tests. Every test Allah Ta'ala put in front of him, Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam passed it with flying colors. That's why he is Wafa. The first test is where he knew for a fact that there's only one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he submitted despite his entire family, despite his entire community. He still chose Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First and foremost, that's the first thing. The second thing is that when he had the ability to do something about what was wrong, immediately he did it. He didn't change, and default and do all of that. When Allah Ta'ala commanded him also to take his family to the middle of the desert, he did that. And what a lot of people do not know is that when he would travel to see them, he would travel on Buraq. He would travel on the same horse that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to go into the seventh heaven. This is the same flying mount that Prophet Ibrahim used to go from where he was in Asham to Mecca. All right. So Allah Ta'ala told him to do that, and then when he was old enough, about this age, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala showed him in a dream, continuous, some say at least it was seen more than one time, he would be slaughtering his capable Ismail, his son Ismail, who was the older of the two, that he would be slaughtering him. And he accepted that after he talked to Ismail. Ismail, who is the son of Ibrahim, said, do what you have been commanded to do. You understand? And so he went to do that, but Allah Ta'ala made it easier for him. And this is a very important story, which we have, again, come to cover, but we'll have to talk more about, because there's a lot. And Allah Ta'ala mentions Prophet Ibrahim in Surah Baqarah all throughout. He mentions him definitely in Surah Ali Imran, in Surah Nisa. Ibrahim is also mentioned definitely in Surah Al-An'am. He's also mentioned in Surah A'raf. Ibrahim is mentioned at least, in more than half the Quran. Sayyidina Ibrahim is mentioned. إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف Ibrahim wa Musa. Okay, I think that's practically it. And inshallah we will Eid Mubarak to everyone. What did you say? Pokemon? Is that Pokemon? Okay. So your answer, and everybody wants to go with your answer next week, because now this is a group project that you're going to have to be involved in. Everybody chose YouTube. Even Mr. Ibrahim. Everybody went with Ibrahim's answer, correct? Yes. Everybody say yes?
Yes.
Yes. So next week, after you watch the YouTube, you're going to talk to your friends, at least, right? And then you're going to come next week, okay? And you're going to tell us about Bilal, okay? And then we're going to tell you about Ibrahim. And then we go back, you're going to tell us about Ibrahim. And then we tell you about Musa, I don't know, inshallah, right? So that's the plan. Did you have enough to eat? There are cookies over there. Everybody, help yourself. You keep eating? Alhamdulillah. I'm glad the food is, alhamdulillah, I'm glad you're enjoying the food and everything like that. Again, it's beautiful. The wind, Allah Ta'ala created it, and He puts it into the clouds, and He makes the angels push the clouds. He tells us about that in Surah Safat. Allah Ta'ala takes the wind and He makes it go into the clouds. And then He takes that same wind that He has to move the clouds and to fill up the clouds with that in which brings down the water. But He tells the angels to move it in a certain direction. And it is pushed so that the ground that really needs the water, the ground that really needs the vegetation, the ground that really needs to become green instead, Allah Ta'ala makes it come down and water pours down there so that can revive. And, again, all these things are which He mentions in the Quran, and He's telling us to learn about them so that you can become, closer to me through just thinking, just through contemplating. You get close to Allah Ta'ala, even just by mentioning Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala one time, you get closer to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala than anyone else. You understand? Just by mentioning His name. So, when you look at His creation, and then, you actually find out, how magnificent Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is, and you find yourself really giving in more time in the activities in action, right, Hawa? You're looking that up right now, activities in action? Good. All right. So, I think that's fair and square. I've been trying to wrap it up. Yes, Sister Zulaykha, you have anything you need to add on to that? MashaAllah, from the Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, the Russian brigade, and then, the Turkish, battalion, 157th Infantry, and then the Duksi Maddrasa is here, to put everybody, on proper perspective that Islam is here in the short pump area, the river, and, the buildings, and the nature, and, everything that is, taking place. The kids are, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, enjoying. Yes, thank you. So I think we're going to wrap it up now. You read the Fatiha, that was really good. I think we should try to understand what Allah is telling us in the Fatiha when we use the Fatiha. We should try and understand Surah Asr. When Asr, Allah Ta'ala swears by the time. It's very important information that we have. But if the people are not willing, then the creation of Allah Ta'ala has already been made subdue. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala says, "Inna fi khalqi as-samawati wal ard wa ikhtilafi al-layli wan nahari la-ayatin li ulil albab." So definitely it's there, and we're thankful to Allah Ta'ala that we are part of the progress. That we are firmly in obedience to Him. Alhamdulillah wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Thank you very much for the opportunity, everybody. Wassalam.